looking at dogs. So if you guys want to send me your dogs, I'm going to be putting one right here.
Market's about to open.
After we start looking at the market, after it opens. Definitely a fat RuneScape cash stack there, says Dom. Yes, this is true. Look at that. Look at that cash. Thank you for the super. I did send you my dogs on Instagram. And YOLO the day on GME. Antoine on Instagram. Antoine, you're going to be the first to get your dogs seen. Thank you for the super. While I have you guys here, make sure to smash that like button. Every like goes to feed a hungry meatball. Let's give him one for 200 likes. And the rest of you, hey, hope you're having a good morning. We're just going to keep chilling and reading as much research as we can. So, we have GameStop down here, the stonk, and we have a very long DD and analysis. What happened yesterday, explained in detail and exposing the hedge funds' obvious manipulation. All right, so good morning, everyone. This is an important update to what happened yesterday. First of all, nothing. Second of all, they made a prediction in their post yesterday. The prediction would have become reality. The prediction that they made was 200 to 220 price target if hedgies didn't overshort with fake shares. More about that in a second. Why do I tell you this? Literally received death threats and insults when the market ended. Just a heads up, those are predictions.
Say that Airbnb is a company that a lot of people felt was going to get killed because who's going to stay at somebody's house in a pandemic? Well, the answer is it's a safer place than somebody's hotel. You can bring your own Clorox to a house. Carl, I've got to tell you, he is just beginning to scratch the surface of what can happen here, and he wants to the SEC. He wants to give
the lowest number
a chance to own stock. I hope the SEC says yes. This is the kind of capitalism that I like, Carl. That's the capitalism.
Yeah, I mean, as has been pointed out a million times, the brilliance of the model, Jim, is that there's no construction or development of new properties. It's all built already, and they can shrink or expand depending on where demand goes.
Yes, I mean, I was talking to him about how Marriott is one half the valuation of Airbnb, and that's just wrong. I think it should be a quarter. Airbnb has the model to die for and has no competition. By the way, Dave, they bought hotels tonight not that long ago, so when hotels come back, that's a terrific ad, which shows you how prices go down.
Let's see what Riot looks like.
Tonight goes on, so at 10 o'clock your price goes to 60, and at 11 o'clock your price goes to 50. This is what I did. That's how our in was successful.
So you just wait later and later to book.
Yeah, we were at the top of the hotels tonight too, so went to Newark Airport, you looked and said, oh my, it's $50, and then it'll be $40.
Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, since AMC hasn't popped, I'm going to jump into here for sure. Maybe it happens next week and I'm crazy thinking it's going to happen this week. And I'm fine with that. So, we're going to do this. Send that through.
What people miss is actually just spending meaningful time with people they care about, and that's what we're focused on, and that's the travel that I think is going to come back in full force. He's dead to me. I mean, what he's talking about is friends getting together and renting a house versus the thousands of dollars might be in a hotel. You take the house down, all your friends, my wife, my kids. This is constantly what they do. I have a daughter, David. This is something that I thought was the only person who was doing it. She takes 3-day weekends, all right? Meaning that she teaches, then she goes.
All right, I got my AMC positions.
And she stays at somebody's place. At Airbnb.
Now, what else am I going to do? I'm going to do...
It's a huge part of their business. Is it? Yes.
It is now.
Where's GME at?
If you weren't anywhere, why weren't you?
What's GME up to?
Somebody else's house. Check it out. It's very exciting. Chesky's got the zeitgeist of this moment.
Okay, okay.
Any company I've seen, he really gets it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Why are you laughing?
Because we got GameStop. Next team.
So GameStop's about to take off. And other things about to crash. I'm not sure exactly where I want to make the... Alright, this is going to crash hard today. Put It expires today, so basically if it doesn't crash all the way today, then I lose. Let's see. Nice.
Did you have to come back and actually talk about it?
Well, I mean, David, there's GameStop and there's every other company.
Yeah, I guess.
David, have you ever read To the Finland Station?
No, but you brought it up many times. I probably should have.
Okay, have you ever read about the Mensheviks versus the Bolsheviks?
I mean, I may have at one point. Yeah, it's possible. I did take some Russian history.
Well, have you ever read Anna Karenina?
You just gotta keep going through them until you find the best price. Like, look at that. 0.04 at 19.5 is way better than anything we just seen. And now 20's got the same thing. So right now 20's the best. 21's now the new best. 22 just won. I think I'm okay with 22 so far. Oh, 23. Here we go. Actually, let's just go way up. Okay, so. Alright.
There's just too many companies that look at Procter. We had David Taylor on this week.
Alright. 23 is looking like money. So I'm betting that it's gonna fall at least 23 today, which is over 50% today. Or just under 50%. And I'm gonna do, let's just say 300 shares. No. We can do, let's do 5,000. No. We'll do 3,000 shares. That makes sense. And we will limit it 6 cents. Preview order. Let's go ahead and do this. So this is basically betting that Blockcoin's going to 0 today. How sweet would that be? I didn't get any of them? Oh, there we go. Run.
Which you can fail. I mean, how many times have we seen biotechs have something that we thought?
Yep.
And Carl, it could be. I don't want to get people's hopes up. I know that those who got their hopes up for certain anti-cancer drugs, like
Man, they're so fucked.
But I do think that at least we're thinking big.
Is there anything else I need to do? GME's going through the roof. Let's go ahead and give it a little more energy, because I can tell by the news they hate when they hear that people are betting like crazy on these things. So let's show them how crazy we can bet. Where's that highest strike imaginable? Highest strike imaginable is 800. Ooh, and it's still cheap. Alright. Let's do 1,000. Up to, oh no, not that much. Limit price will be 23. I like that.
Every one of these moves the interest rates up. As people say, why are they debating a stimulus package?
Okay, I think you're saying too expensive. There we go. I cannot believe these people are letting me get away with this. How did they just not let the price go this morning? They're so crazy.
Why is the Treasury throwing money, the Congress throwing money, if we're going to have all these different methods of getting vaccines? And do you think that that is a legitimate fear?
There's a legitimate concern, and we've talked about it now for weeks, and it's been reflected in the move that we've seen in the bond market, that there will be inflation, although there's a belief, and I defer here to our colleagues who know a lot more about this than I do, but there's a belief that Powell's not going to, they're not going to respond. I mean, you listen to the parade of guests we have, they're just going to take it. If there is inflation, that's okay, because they're much more focused on getting the unemployment rate lower, given those 10 million people who don't have jobs who did a year ago. It's almost a year exactly at this point where we started to really get serious about the pandemic and start to think, and then the move to
Damn, that's so cool. E-Trade's gangster, I tell you. What else was I gonna do? I think that's all I need to do.
In fact, I had reported back, I think it was October 7th, that they were
The NASDAQ was down a full percent in the after hours during their futures. And then all of a sudden, right before open, it rallies up 1.5%. That's so funny. Ain't no way that's holding throughout the day. There was a prediction on the Reddit r/GME where the guy basically said he can guarantee when it's going to happen and when it's going to skyrocket by hundreds of dollars every second. And he said it's going to happen today at 1:40 p.m. or sorry, 3:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 20 minutes before the market closes. Oh, man. I think that's all right now.
It is somebody at AT&T who's going to run it. They're moving with TPG and
Oh, I already got Tesla going way down, so that's cool.
And it gives an opportunity to try to create some value here that AT&T obviously will benefit 70-30 in from whatever happens from here. And they will get money to pay down debt because DirecTV will go out and borrow about $6 billion. There's also a PIK preferred of about $4.25 billion as well. So they borrow that money.
How much would that be?
AT&T takes that, pays down some debt.
9,000.
They move on, having separated finally, at least in this way, from from something we've talked a great deal about, a terrible deal done at the time. They obviously will indicate certain reasons why it wasn't as bad as you might think. By the way, Jim, real quickly on their balance sheet, $26 billion in free cash flow. That's the low ball number. Dividend costs them 15. They're taking in money from DTV. They're taking in money from the sale of Crunchyroll. They're going to have $20 billion of extra cash. That's going to go towards the spectrum. So their response to you is, don't worry about our dividend.
But the Spectrum auction, it turned out to be the big winner is T-Mobile, right?
They spent the least.
Right, and how about towers? A lot of the tower stocks are going down, but there's going to be a lot of money going to towers. Is that just ancillary?
10,000.
I don't know. I'm working on it. You can see AT&T, though, Carl, continues to be a frustrating stock, at least for management at this point, which feels like they had a very good quarter last quarter, and they finally figured out this disposition, but so far, not much of a response in the market.
Yeah, it's a good story though. We've been watching for a long time, David. Bit of a reversal in the action this morning. Nasdaq's positive, Dow a little bit more challenged. When we come back, HP's getting a bit of a lift on this quarterly beat and guidance above the street. We'll talk with the CEO live straight ahead, along with Chicago PMI. Don't go away.
There's still people shorting the stock. What is wrong with these human beings? How has they not stopped? Just cut your losses, bro. Oh no. It was just a joke. You weren't supposed to accept the order. How stupid are you? Oh no. They're accepting all of them. Oh goodness.
Wondering what actually goes into your multivitamin? At New Chapter, it's innovation, organic ingredients, and fermentation. Fermentation? Yes, formulated to help your body really truly absorb the natural goodness. New Chapter, wellness well done.
1,500 option contracts would be 150,000 shares, and I just did 1,000 earlier, so it's 250,000. And I got so many other contracts. Like, I mean, that's definitely my biggest purchases as far as number of contracts, but I got a lot in AMC too. Let's go right now. It looks like they slowed down. I'm filling my orders. They can't keep up. They thought they were ready, but they saw it and they're like, oh crap, turn that off. Turn it off quick. Oh no! It's so gross. Oh man. How long has it been since they accepted a contract? Let's go now. I got a limit at 19 and the last fill was at 17.96. You could still take a whole nother penny, and they call that a fortune in the seller's market. They won't even take it for 19 right now. They're so mad they took 745 more after I just hit them with the first 1,000. Oh man, that's too good. Oh, I can't believe they got. Oh, they let me get away with that. That's so sick. 15 minutes in the open. How's our GameStop looking? Oh, it's up 26%. That's not bad. It started at 10 when we got. Ooh, nice. AMC's up. Nice. Interesting.
59.5 is the February PMI number. Of course, this sequentially follows 63.8 as
I just bet my first option and I wanted to fall out.
But we certainly expect, as we move forward, to see some of these manufacturing data points start to surge in a very similar fashion to some of the recent manufacturing data. Carl, Jim, David?
Okay, I will take it, Rick. Thank you. Rick Santelli with the bomb. Well, HP, as we told you, was out with an earnings beat yesterday, driven in part by demand against consumer business.
All right, let's go GME. I need you at least 1,000 today. That's the minimum I can accept. And the earlier the better, because I don't want to. I want to like see how much theta value there is. Like if it happens right at the close, then I don't really get a good gauge, and so it'll be frustrating. But if GME can happen right now, AMC happens right at close, that would be money. 23, my lucky number, so GME's up 23%. That's what we like to see. And then it just fucking goes to the moon. Let's go right now. What percent do you think they will halt the market? So they've halted GME probably a dozen times in the last 3 weeks because it's gone up too far, too fast. And everyone acts like it's normal, and I've even seen people write DD on it, and you can't find another company they've ever done that to. Ever. And so it's insane. It blows me away they got away with it. But because they suppressed it, that's why it's going to pop. I'll record this till 8 o'clock, and then I'm done. Hopefully it happens before then.
Yeah, and we're looking at those numbers right now. So obviously it's a high-class problem, as we say. A great deal of demand.
Did my orders ever get filled? Nice.
When do you see this getting
Let's go right now.
At least we think it's going to take at least 3 more quarters because, as you have heard from other industries, there is very strong demand for components. We are driving that on PCs. There are other technology sectors that are driving that as well, and even sectors outside technology are also strengthening the demand for electronic components.
Enrique, congratulations. You always keep us up, and I think that this was the quarter that you predicted a couple years ago, but it did seem to be accelerated by obviously work at home. How far along are we in terms of people developing an office at home, given the fact that most of the companies that I know I talk to are going with a hybrid style? You can work at home, you can work at the office. Where are we in terms of office development at home?
I think we are still in the early stages, and this is why we are confident that the results that we posted yesterday are going to be sustainable for
This will be a backup just in case it happens on Monday, because you never know. I gotta admit, I don't know what's happening today, but I sure feel like it is.
You once again tease something that I think is very exciting, which is 3D printing and microfluidics and microfluidics. You are so far ahead of almost every company in 3D printing, and yet you don't talk much about it. Can you get me when there can be material within the next 2 or 3 years?
We talked yesterday about the growth that we're seeing in printed parts, which is within the best metric to show the progress of the industry. And as we shared, printed 3D parts grew more than 30% this quarter, which is a very relevant number. In terms of material,
Alrighty.
it's still a relatively small part of our company. We're a $60 billion company, and to be material,
Here we go.
very big. So I think it's gonna
We are
take
set.
2 years for it to be. Yeah.
Just gotta let it do its thing now.
You know, Enrique, over the last 3 quarters, you bought back
Whether it's today or Monday, I'm good to go.
15% of the outstanding shares in this company. Buybacks are an important component of your capital allocation.
It has to be today, though. They always do this on the Fridays. Like, we're gonna call it Blood Friday, right?
We think so the question is because we are doing both. We have continued to execute on our
Let's do this.
which is what we committed to shareholders a year ago. But we're
Add,
also
oops,
having
not
more
option.
This week we announced a very
There we go.
exciting M&A in the gaming space where we are going to be now
Perfect.
leading the headset category.
Yeah, big bets on Riot and Tesla to go to 0.
And this shows that we are going to
Thought about investing in Rocket. Let's check out the options because their 52-week range, they haven't been like super inflated ever. Like they're not like they're 22, whereas a 1750 was the lowest they've been in the last year. That's not bad. They've been up to 34, so that means they've deflated a lot. I like what I'm seeing right here. So because they're not like part of the whole movement thing, I'm just gonna do a small option play just in case it does hit before my other things hit. Then I got more money to go throw in the other things. Basically fuel for my rocket, right? Let's use rocket mortgage to fuel my rocket. So let's go ahead and do 1 week, and let's go the deepest out of the money possible. And then let's go ahead and throw 1,000 contracts, because that's not that much. 500. I'm broke. Week.
Enrique, you do have a pretty cool plan about being basically a member or subscription business printing. I didn't think you could really take off. You know, I was critical of how big can this be, but I guess it's really the way to be able to, if you're going to work at home, you want to subscribe.
If you want to work at home, this also shows the strength of the value proposition that we have. When we met for the first time 2 years ago on this topic, we had about 2 million subscribers.
There we go.
Today we have 9 million subscribers.
Let's go rocket mortgage. Let's blow up right now. Let that be the straw that breaks the rocket mortgage camel's back. Looked like it tried to do it. Oh, nice. I like what I'm seeing right there. Just the volume's low, but I mean, it's obviously picking up today compared to before, so that's interesting. Let's see how much volume GME has. It's pretty good. AMC, it's baller. Still in the first 30 minutes of the market. Come on. We got 8 minutes. GME still at 23%. Let's go. Let's go right now.
And again, this is another trend that we think is going to continue. The pandemic has accelerated that, but once schools and kids learn the advantages that technology brings, we think this will continue to drive
Tesla's struggling.
All right. Why'd you release the earnings early yesterday? Was there anything behind that?
No, there was a human error. As soon as we found out, we contacted the NYSE to stop trading. We did the release, and I think it was a mistake, and we reacted very fast.
Got it. Enrique, always appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.
In the after hours, Tesla was up like 3%. So for them to be seeing red right now, anyone big in Tesla is just like throwing up like that. I don't know how much more they can handle before they start selling. Man, Rocket, AMC, GME, and Sundial are going to be the only greens.
Active fixed income
Sundial's probably not even gonna stay green. That one goes red whenever Naked goes red. Tilray also. Tesla's definitely going red. Bitcoin's falling. Where's Bitcoin at right now? Like, I can see Riot, but I can't see Bitcoin. I'm looking at TV right now. They show it every like couple minutes. Let's go right now.
Existing customer, and I'd like your best new smartphone deal. Do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
Oh, I feel silly, but I do want the fastest 5G network. Oh, I want the fastest 5G network.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives everyone the same great deal, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
All the things, all around you, where you learn, work, and fly, we help make them healthier. We are the people of ABM. For more than 100 years, we've been a leader in making spaces cleaner, from the things you touch to the air you breathe. Today, more than 100,000 of us are innovating to ensure spaces are more efficient, healthier, and safer. ABM, making spaces healthier for you.
These days, it's okay to do some things halfway, like taking prescriptions.
Bitcoin's up from the last time I saw it, like a half hour ago, so it's not that bad. It's at 47,000. Alright, 4 more minutes and then I'm gonna stop this video and I'll make another video if I do more trading today.
Total market coverage in your hands. Now on the CNBC app. Up to the minute updates. Breaking news alerts.
Breaking news alerts.
You need it. Stay connected. Stay informed with the CNBC app. Pretty cool list of S&P gainers for the week so far. You got some M&A plays in there with the People's United and the M&T deal, but reopening plays as well. Some energy with Marathon, cruise lines with Royal Caribbean, Vornado, and American. By the way, the CEOs of some of the airlines meeting at the White House today. Take a short break. More Squawk on the Streets back in a moment. This CNBC program is sponsored by PIMCO, a global leader in active fixed income.
This is just what we want to see right now. The market's starting to collapse and GME is starting to rally back. This is just what we want to see right now. Come on now. We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's go. Do something crazy. I love when I see GME cross 1776%. This is like the most patriotic thing that's ever happened in the history of the universe. Although the founding fathers are just unbelievable that they were able to do basically what we're doing now, but they were able to do it without the technology. They fucking fought for everything. That's wild to think about. But we apes and we strong because we stuck together. Hell yeah, let's go GME. Let's go right now. What we need to see is the NASDAQ falling and GME going up, and that happening at the same time, and then we know it's all starting to happen. Maybe I won't hang up the video.
Decisions like trying to
OCGN. Look at this. Also kind of dipping a little bit here. EXPI, Etsy. EXPI Enphase flat. Okay.
He's not losing yet. That's the problem.
Let's see. Workhorse. So, yeah. Man, I don't know. Like, I just can't be in Workhorse. I can't rely on the government. The government just, they take you and they screw you. Palantir is just, it's following the same pattern here. Everything we started off like, today's going to be a better day. Everything's going to be good today. Everything's going to be fine. And here we are downtrending. Everything downtrending again. GameStop struggling right above this box that we drew for it. It's basically trying to go back under 125 here. Here it goes. Yep. Okay, it just dipped under 125 again. Woo! Here come the buying opportunities again. Here come the buying opportunities again. All right, let's see here.
They're so funny.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. So, Rocket, 11%. Yeah, see, Rocket, that big dividend, like, you can't take a rock and make it sexy. It's just not. Like, there are some stocks you could put a potato bag on and they're still loved. Like, there are just some stocks, it doesn't matter what they do, they're loved. You look at a Rocket Mortgage, they can pay you a big fat dividend, and people are like, thank you, but no thank you.
Stock is the amount of volume that's going in every time a number.
Give me the broader market too. Let's listen to this.
The curve is a little bit flatter, though Morgan Stanley is still believing on those bear steepeners for the 530s versus CD Securities, for example, dumping out of that position. I just want to highlight what all of this winds up meaning for certain portfolio constructions and quants, like risk parity. That's the ETF. When you have bonds and stocks moving together, that's
modified. That was the mid-month. Now 70.7. So nice improvement there. Now 1 year inflation, 3.3. Okay, 3.3 is the highest level of 1 year inflation in this series since August of 2012, when it was 3.6. And if we look at 2.7, which is the 5 to 10 year inflation, yes, it's the same as the mid-month read, the final read, but you have to go, and there's a lot of 2.7s, but you have to go all the way back to January of 2015 to find a 2.8. The point of this is that we want to watch every possible way there is to measure inflation. Why? Look at 10-year and 30-year bond rates. Look at sovereign rates across the world. That's what they're looking at. Carl, back to you.
That pisses me off a little bit. I was shaking my head a little bit on that because we talked so much that the media was going to do this. Here, watch this. Hold on. Okay. Let me explain what they're doing here because it's ridiculous. This talk about 1 year, like, let me just start with the thesis. The media is going to go nuts about inflation on a year-over-year position, and we're literally going to hear this on the media over and over and over again about 1 year inflation is over 3%, it's over 4%. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's so garbage because, folks, look what they're doing. Okay, this is CPI. Whether you like CPI or not is not a factor in this discussion. This is simply, okay, watch this, all right? And I've explained this before, so if this sounds redundant, just hang on for a couple minutes here. So look at this. CPI was at 260.4 in October, 260.9 in November, 261.5 in December, and 262.2. So it's going up by about a rate of 0.7, right? Okay, watch this. What we're going to do is we're going to go add 0.72 times to get to March, because you'd have 0.7 in February, roughly, if we just continued the trajectory. 0.7 roughly in February. That would put us around 262.9, plus another 0.7 would put us around 263.6. If I go back to March over here and I divide 263.
I'm not even going to
263.6.
Let's say.
And we divide that by the last year's reading of 258, roughly, rounding there a little bit. 258. That shows us 2.1%. That's not so bad, right? Expected. But this is where it gets gross. Add another 0.7% for April's data. You add another 0.7% for April's data, you're going to be here. But look at what the reading went down to for April last year. April's reading went down to 256. So now we're going to make this 256. There you go. Year over year of that 3.3% that we're talking about. This is how we're getting this sort of year-over-year data. And depending on which form of inflation they're looking at, whether it's PCI, like PCE, can sometimes have a little bit more extreme numbers than even CPI. Although they're pretty close. When you look at this year-over-year data, you're sending misleading signals to the market that, oh my gosh, year-over-year inflation is 3%. People just half listening. Here, huh? Inflation 3.3%? Oh, well, hot damn, that's well over the Fed's 2%. They're going to be raising rates sooner than expected. And then you get the crap that happened yesterday. I feel like there's a heavy misunderstanding of what's happening in the market. All right, so Rocket,
I got the best diamond hands.
Up 10%, Etsy up 10%, Churchill up 5%. We're having a bounce. Look at the bounce in our box again. We literally bounced off the box we drew. Look at this. And this is, I'm not even like drawing these charts here, with the exception of my boxes. Like these candlesticks are behaving in such a interestingly, almost predictable manner. It's kind of scary how everything is behaving according to the boxes right now. We're range bound is what it is. We're just range bound. We're in this environment where it's basically impossible to trade because things that are doing extremely well open up extremely well. And it's like, hey, Etsy's a great company. Gone. And Etsy's not a company you trade. Etsy's a company you hold, in my opinion. The volume isn't there for Etsy trades. On Carvana giving up a bit as well. We really started seeing this sell-off, by the way, about 9 minutes into the market day. 9 minutes into the market day, boom, market starts selling off again. Let's see if that's true with Tesla as well. Tesla, we get a rally into about 12 minutes and a plummet. We literally went 12 minutes with happiness today. And party's over.
What's funny is
that was a crappy party.
Losing too. Look at me.
This is a real crappy party. Look at this.
Options
GameStop decided to keep going for 16 minutes before it gave up. Let's see here. Wayfair was, let's see. Wayfair's actually, Wayfair's the one that's actually doing pretty decently today. I mean, credit where credit is due here. Somebody says they just got an alert on NIO. Oh, God. What's NIO doing? NIO's supposed to report earnings on Monday, but oh, my goodness. Oh, NIO's under 45. Oh my gosh, NIO's under 45. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so juicy. Juicy. Oh, that is the buy target. Oh man. You know how much hate I got? Like 2 months ago, I made a video on NIO and I'm like, I don't know. Like I stopped buying this over 65. This is a buy under 45 heavy. It's a nibble under 65. I got so many people who are like, Kevin, what are you talking about? The stock's going to 100. And it's fine. I want the stock to go to 100 too. And I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back going, oh, see, I was right. No. That's not the point of this. The point of this is if you believe the stock is going to 100, now you get juicy gains buying it under 45, right? You would rather buy it under 45 and have it go to 100 than buy it at 70 for it to go to 100, right? Because 70 goes to 100, what are you gaining? 30%, 30, 40%, something like that? What are you gaining if, closer to 40%? What are you gaining if you go from 45 to 100? Well, you're more than doubling. So this is nice. This is a nice juicy opportunity right here. Let's go pull up the Robs of the Hoods. The Robs of the Hoods, the Neos and the Robs of the Hood. Oh God, everything's just
95% of my money is in GME
straight
and
down
AMC.
Here. It's very, 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 very ugly right now. So let's go.
Basically, it's just the options that are worth nothing because I paid so much money.
I'm looking at some of the options right now.
Volume. And so
and
that loss is totally
honestly,
artificial.
a $45 call is not too shabby. I feel like right now. I shouldn't be buying right now, but I'm gonna buy 20K of a $45 call on NEO right now. Oh, it filled right away. Well, yeah, because it's downtrending. All right, let me send a quick alert. Every time I do this, whether it's during the day or during a live stream or whatever, I send an alert. I also post my trade confirmations too. Generally, I got to get in the habit of always doing that. But that way you have them. It's money. But $10, $45. What was it? I think the March calls is what I got. No, I got January. Jan 2023 calls of NEO. 20.3K. Under 45 is our buy heavy target. Wish I had more cash. It's true. I really do wish I had more cash. I honestly, I shouldn't even be buying right now because my margin's a little poopy doopy. But I cannot squander red like this. It's too good. It's too yummy. It's like which one of you goes to a mall and doesn't take the free sample when you walk by Wetzel's Pretzels? Okay, that's what this feels like. You have to take the free sample. Like, you can't not take it. It'd be crazy. And that's a little bit what this feels like right now. This is a free sample of investing right here. This is 10%. It's nice.
Let's check out my position.
All right. Okay. Watch the market, because the market's definitely got its attitude here. The pain. Yeah. 30%. It's when you feel pain is when you should be investing.
That's okay.
Let's look at the Treasury.
That's what we bet on.
I don't know how quickly this chart updates. I wonder if we could just. Google's honestly not that bad. No, but it doesn't price it. Let's go to the Bloomberg terminal. Let's listen into CNBC for a second.
Checks could unleash $170 billion. That's a wave of fresh retail inflows potentially into the U.S. stock market. They highlighted a survey of retail investors who said that they plan to put 37% of their stimulus cash into equities. So what does that say to you about a potential for a growing firepower with this growing group of net marginal buyers or potential net marginal buyers of stocks?
Yeah, well, I think you're seeing that, and unfortunately, some of the young and inexperienced may be getting played around with and things like